Hello everyone, welcome to today's class, and our title today is Celebrity Faces Consequences for Using Scooter After Drinking. Well, we know who this is about, don't we? Let's move on to language focus. 1번. Fans' opinions are divided, with some defending him and others saying that it's time for him to leave BTS. Wow. Okay, so use it's time for X to Y to express that at this point in time, some action is appropriate or necessary. So, it's time for X to Y. X가 Y 할 시간이 or 때이다. So, if we look at our examples, it's time for schools to stop tolerating bullying. 학교는 괴롭힘을 용납하지 않을 때가 됐습니다. Or, it's time for you to decide what you want to do with your life. 당신이 인생에서 무엇을 할 결정할 시간입니다. So, it's time for you to blah blah blah. It's time for you to blah blah blah. X가 Y 할 시간이에요. Alright. 2번. This is dangerously high, but and being caught driving with a BAC or more of that of 0.2% can result in prison time. As you can see, I should have also did this. Result in. So we use result in to indicate a consequence. So result in 뭐뭐을 초래하다. 뭐뭐의 결과를 낳다. 뭐뭐로 이어지다. Okay. So, too much jogging can result in knee pain. 과도한 조깅은 무릎 통증을 초래할 수 있습니다. Or, poor quality control often results in customer complaints. 부실한 품질 관리는 종종 소비자 불만으로 이어집니다. Now let's move on to the language focus quiz. 1번. It's time for to start. Remember, it's time for 뭐뭐가 to 뭐뭐를 시간. It's time for me to start thinking about retirement. Okay, 2번. 이제 저는 제 은퇴에 대해 생각하기 시작할 때가 되었습니다. It's time for him to stop. It's time for her to stop worrying so much. So, 그녀는 이제 지나친 걱정을 그만할 때가 됐습니다. 3번. Too much. Too much can result in Remember, too much. What did we say in too much? Result in, sorry. Result in. What did we say for result in? Result in 뭐뭐를 초래하다. 뭐뭐의 결과를 낳다. 뭐뭐로 이어지다. Too much, let's say, alcohol can result in worry, poor health. 과도한 알코올은 건강 악화로 이어질 수 있습니다. Resulted in problems for, let's say, the scandal resulted in problems for the company. So, 이 스캔들로 인해 회사에 문제가 생겼어요. Alright, now let's look at the further discussion. 1번. Do you think that having a driver's license makes a person safer scooter rider? Why or why not? That's a good question. 운전면허증이 있으면 더 안전한 스쿠터 라이더가 될 수 있다고 생각하시나요? 이유는? No, because I don't think having a driver's license makes you a safe driver. There are plenty of people out there who drive a car and are terrible at driving cars and don't know how to drive a car and therefore shouldn't be in a car. But yeah, it's the same with scooters. Just because you have a license doesn't mean you're any good at riding a scooter. It just comes down to the person. I consider myself a very safe driver. I follow all the rules. I install my helmet. I wear a helmet if I go and ride a bike or whatever. However, yeah, I don't think having a driver's license makes you specifically a great driver of a scooter or a driver in general. It comes down to, hopefully, if you were to ride a scooter, though, you would be more aware of pedestrians. Not that you shouldn't be aware of pedestrians when you're driving, but obviously you have more chance of hitting a pedestrian while you're on a scooter. However, I've seen people fly down streets and almost hit people on their scooters or on their bikes or whatever, because they go pretty fast. I believe they go up to 25 kilometers per hour, and that's quite fast. When I tried it, I did 25 kilometers per hour, and I was, going quite quickly. So, but no, having a license does not make you a safer scooter rider at all. But I do still think you need it, because a person without a license usually is safer than a person without a license. Did I say that right? A person with a license is safer than a person without a license. 2번, why are drink driving laws so strict in South Korea? Are they? 한국에서 음주운전법이 엄격한 이유는 무엇인가요? There should be a lot more strict rules in Korea than just drink driving. I think it's because Korea is a drinking country. We have a lot of 회식s, we have a lot of after dinner meetings. Drinking is a part of Korean culture. And to be honest with you, compared to Australia where I grew up, South Korea has a very low law when it comes to drink driving. In Australia, though, you are allowed to have 1 beer and drive. In Korea, it's 0, so there is a stricter rule there. But I think when it comes to checking, I don't see these days too many police officers pulling over people to see if they're drunk or not. I know that I've been driving and there have been a lot of drunk drivers on the road. It's just, you can tell. In Australia, they have, usually every night on the main roads, they'll have a breathalyzer test ready to go. I think in Korea, since I've had my license, and I've had my license for almost 10 years now, that I've only been pulled over once to have a drink driving test. Only once. So that doesn't mean a lot in reality. Anyway, that wraps it up for today, and I'll see you on the next class.
Harsh.
Harsh.
Pedestrian.
Pedestrian.
Mobility device.
Mobility device.
Very.
Vary.
Spot.
Spot.
Breathalyzer.
Breathalyzer.